What are some disturbing facts about space?
The farthest galaxy we can detect was 13.4 billion light-years away when it emitted the light we see today. That light, not the galaxy, the light itself, is 3 times as old as the Earth. There are voids in the universe that are so big that if you were teleported to the center with a spacesuit on, you would just see pitch darkness in all directions. That we, as a planet, are literally flying through space. I don't just mean around the sun, because our solar system is flying through space as well. Along with our galaxy too. Where Earth was 1 minute ago is a point in space that we will never return to. Dinosaurs lived on the other side of the galaxy. They also lived on this side of the galaxy. Dinosaurs were around for a really long time. I was curious and looked it up, and this checks out. It takes the Sun 240 million years to complete an orbit around the galaxy, and dinosaurs first appeared about 245 million years ago. So we have completed a little over 1 lap around the galaxy since dinosaurs first showed up. If you gathered together all the matter in the universe we can observe right now and squished it together until it had the density of water, it would fit into a cube about 1 light-year on each side. There are several disturbing things about this. A single light-year is almost unimaginably huge. A cubic light-year is a ridiculous volume of space. The observable universe is 33 orders of magnitude larger than that. It is almost entirely empty. A couple years ago I saw a photo that had been taken from the surface of an asteroid or comet. It was dark and looked like there had been some sort of artificial light illuminated to take the photo. I thought to myself that may be what hell is like. No light. No sound. No stimuli of any kind. You're not really able to move of your own volition because with nothing to push against, you just aimlessly float. And that's eternity. Nothingness for eons and ages, while your consciousness ticks along. This is one of the things that blows my mind. Despite all the amazing and mind-bogglingly huge objects that we have discovered, it's all still just so damn empty. There's so much space between everything. I've heard the factoid that all the planets in the solar system could fit between the Earth and the Moon, and I still barely believe it, but the truth is that space is pretty much empty and just sprinkled with some stardust here and there. The largest black hole we have discovered has a diameter of 490 billion kilometers. Earth's diameter is roughly 13,000 kilometers. How many football fields is that? All of them. And more. There is no up or down. The other comments were just very neat and interesting. For some reason, that's the one that really terrifies me. Here's one closer to home. The Kessler effect is the theory that a single destructive event in low Earth orbit could create a cascade where satellites break up into tiny fragments, taking out other satellites, breaking up into smaller fragments, and so on, until the Earth is completely surrounded by a massive cloud of tiny flying death shrapnel, which would make leaving this planet almost impossible. If you look up how much space debris there is already up there and how many satellites currently orbit, plus the continued growth of the commercial space industry. Rogue planets. Such objects have been ejected from the planetary system in which they were formed or have never been gravitationally bound to any star or brown dwarf. If a rogue planet invade our solar system, things could go very wrong. Thankfully, the inner solar system is a pitifully small target compared to the distances between stars. Rogue planets are cool. I like to think about rogue planets and supervoids. Imagine a catastrophe that hurls a planet into space. The civilization is of course wiped out and the planet floats for millions of years into the void, where it becomes a cold dead world with the ruins of a civilization floating in absolute darkness. Even if we could travel at the speed of light, we would never colonize anything more than a few nearby solar systems and explore a few farther out. 4 to 10 years to travel to the closest stars, traveling at light speed, seems manageable, but when you realize it will take over 100.000 years to cross our galaxy and 2.5 million years just to go to the nearest galaxy, Andromeda, your hopes get shattered. 2.5 million years just to go to the nearest galaxy, Andromeda. If you're willing to wait a while, Andromeda will be visiting us instead. In about 150 billion years, intergalactic transportation and communication beyond our local supercluster will be impossible. In about 2 trillion years, galaxies outside of our local supercluster are no longer detectable due to redshift. Assuming the universe keeps expanding, then the universe's final fate depends on whether or not protons decay. We still don't know exactly how it came into existence. the vast distances between solar systems and the near impossibility of interstellar human travel. There is a theory, proton decay, that states that protons, one of the fundamental building blocks of matter, can just spontaneously evaporate. The amount of time this takes is astronomical, but current theories predict that all matter in the universe will decay away until there is nothing left but particles of light and empty space. The time it will take for this to happen is incomprehensible, but it is the most likely scenario for how our universe will end.